Hey, I'm getting so fast. We got to think 2 minutes before we actually get started, but we'll let everybody text your friend, text your team. I want to let everybody know, as far as the knowing the score part, we've got 30 more days for till July 4th. 30 more days. So those income producing activities, doing those and concentrating on those and not getting distracted by those procrastination techniques will become more and more critical as we go down, as we count down to our goal date. And the monkeys in your head are going to get bigger, and all of those potential weaknesses are going to come out in a big way. And you're going to have to decide which wolf you're feeding, the positive wolf in your head or the negative wolf in your head. You're the captain. You decide which of those wolves you're going to nourish. So we've got about 30 more seconds before we get started. Our trainer is here and ready to go. And he's got some incredible information for you that we learned earlier this week that's really super valuable. So Bo Buck, over to you.
It's time, top of the hour. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us here. This morning, we are going to talk about, first of all, we're going to hint at what's going on in, what is it, honey? It's, let's see, 15 hours. There's going to be an announcement. So you'd have to be up at midnight Mountain Time if you want to see what it is. But when you wake up tomorrow, you'll be able to check things out. And what's coming out coupled with the cash fill is just going to be amazing for everyone, and it should assist you in growing your business and having your people incentivized to grow their business so that our July 4th goals can come into fruition. And what we're going to talk about right now will accentuate cash fill and what's coming tonight. So in your guys' minds, and you can actually, I'll look at your faces, but when is the slowest time of the year for your business? I'm probably gonna have to move through this quickly here, but when seems to be the slowest time of the year for your business? I see Bonita saying summer. Summer people are taking a break, and that's okay. It's kind of what it's all about, but we have things happening, especially what's coming up in September, that this needs to be a little bit of a different summer for all of us, to say the least, and where our concentrations lie. Basically summer and, well, I'd say December, kind of Christmas people lay off, to say the least. But what leaders do to combat this is they do bursts, okay? And people go, oh, 90-day burst, 90-day burst. Well, not everybody's able to do a 90-day burst or maintain a 90-day burst, but hey, you can do a 24-hour burst, and it can be very, very effective, but you have to decide and plan with your team. You can do a 3-day burst, a 7-day burst, right? A 10-day burst, 30-day burst, and the 90-day burst if you're in a position and it makes sense and you can maintain that intention. But if you look at it, we're looking at June, July, and August for this summer, and until we run up to September's national convention, that is going to just blow all of our minds and allow us to build our business even more quickly. And that is ASEA's goal, to assist us in accelerating our business. So June, July, and August. If we're talking about a 24-hour burst or a 3-day burst or a 7-day burst, we could do one each month, couldn't we? Is anybody scared of doing one each month? There could be, like I said, 3 days, 24 hours. 24 hours, you better be ready, though, because you're calling Europe and you're calling Hawaii, right? I mean, you're making sure you're working 24 hours. All right, so there are different bursts that we can, or what we can work for in bursts. You can work towards rank. You can work towards product use, customer use, people becoming more familiar with our products. You can work towards associates on your team. You can work towards customers. You could have a burst that in this 3-day period, we want to do 100 Zooms with our team, right? It doesn't always have to be for rank, okay? We just want you to think out of the box. Think about different ways you can attack this they'll end up building our business. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do here is you realize what's going on. Okay, well, when you're doing a burst, you also have to warm up for your burst. In other words, prepare for it. You can't just say, okay, on the 7th of June, I'm going to do a 30-day burst and we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. No, you want to start lining people up for 3 ways. You want to start talking to the leaders on your team and talk about the burst. You want to get that. And I would actually get them on a Zoom by themselves, each team member. I mean, say you have 3 players, I mean, real players on your team. You would do a separate Zoom with each player. And if you're talking about, another burst that I didn't talk about was core rank. What about driving people to Director 300? Super, super important in this business, right? So let's try core rank. Pick a week of the month that you want to drive your team to core rank and have them sponsor people and drive their people to core rank. Basically, you want to get these team members individually on a Zoom, talk to them. Okay, how many team members do you have? How many people do you think you can bring to core rank, bring into your team, etc.? Say they say 5 in that week. Okay, well, they've got to call their leaders and get on Zoom and talk to each one of their leaders and say, what do you think? And and this guy, I say, hey, I decided 5. What's your goal? And they say that 5's okay, or they say 3 or whatever it is. And you guys figure that out and you work down the line. And yes, there are fewer and fewer leaders as you go down the line. But as each one of those does what you do, that number multiplies. And that's part of the game of not being in the business of addition, but being in the business of multiplication. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do for the assignment, and I had a lot more to talk about, but our time is limited here, and I want to make sure that, another quick campaign. What if you just did a product campaign, Renew 28 campaign? I'm going to make a goal. Okay, I'm going to go to my family. I'm going to go to my friends and say, hey, I totally understand that this isn't for you. No big deal. We've talked about it, but I think the products are pretty exceptional. Would you be willing to do a product, what do you call it, survey with me or whatever? And we'll get Renew 28, get it in your hands. Hopefully they'll pay for it. You have them pay for it. And you just say, hey, journal your experiences every day for 14 days. Okay, so there are these different aspects that we can go through. I'm just trying to give you different ideas, right? But, and basically in the whole deal, you're going to be, if you truly believe in our products, you're going to be helping your family, helping your friends, and helping your business. To me, that's a win-win-win, right? And nobody's going to be with Renew 28. How's anybody going to be able to say 0, right? After 14 days? It's not possible, especially if you take them through the 50 ways that you can use Renew 28. So here's the assignment. During the next 20 minutes, what I'd like you to do is decide what you and your team are going to do. What's it going to be? Is it going to be just trying to document product and product usage so you get experience? Is it going to be, we commit to, 10 Zooms with you for this 7-day period or whatever it is? Okay, so decide what it is, product, associates, Zooms, whatever. Decide how long it will be, right? 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. Decide when, and remember that you can do, please remember that you can do more than one of these. Say you do 3 3-day blitzes over 3 months. It's a total of 9 days over 90 days. 10% of the days. It doesn't seem too intimidating, right? So July, let's see. So set up your plan and work your plan, and understand this too, that this will all be done with support of your leaders, so that you'll talk to your leader and they'll be there on Zooms, they'll be there on 3 ways. Trust me, if you say, hey, I'm going to do a 3-day blitz, can you be available for me? I will do everything I can to be available for you, and let's hook up with so-and-so else in your upline so that they can, we both understand what's going on. Or if it's a husband and wife team, the 2 of us will be at your service type of deal. Understand this, that leaders in the business, whether it be a C or any other business, are already doing this. Okay, this is what they do. They set things up for their team to excite them, for them to be excited, to keep giving them something to drive for. You can also do, if you're doing, say, the Zoom contest or whatever, figure out a prize. Hey, whoever gets the most Zooms locked up with us, you know, for this 3-day period or for next week or for this whatever, a tube of Renew 28, or, you know, it doesn't have to be, it's going to totally kill your financial situation, but something for people to drive for. All right, so does that make sense? So we're going to do our assignment now. Decide what you and your team are going to do. When are you going to do it? How many bursts will you do this summer? You got June, July, and August, and set up your plan so you can work your plan. And when we come back, please be ready to share. Okay, this isn't something that has to do with if you made phone calls or something. It's something we're working on for the next 19 minutes. All righty, we'll talk to you then.